Welcome back to more Super Mario Galaxy. Last time, we survived the Trial Galaxies, so this time, we're finishing up the Deep Dark Galaxy. Next up is Bubble Blast Off. That underground gunner is keeping us from exploring the area. The cannon's been hijacked. So we have to fight another mole, but this time we can actually use these coconuts. One hit down, two to go. And we can use this last coconut over here. And with that, the cannon is now operational. You can still use ground pounds for that, by the way. I just usually opt to use the coconuts because it's a little bit easier. The bubbles also don't deal damage, but they do push you away, meaning it is actually kind of nice being able to fight from a distance. Now that we're up there, we can get the fire flower, take it back down to the main area, and light the torches once again. This time we have to light 3 torches, these 2 and then the one back here. And that gives us an ice flower, which we can use to get to the higher ledge up there. So, I'm not going to talk to this toad because I actually need the time, all the time I can get to climb up here before this runs out. Again, these timers are actually a little bit strict. That fire flower back there was probably one of the more strict fire flowers in terms of actually making it to all 3 torches in one cycle. From here, we can climb up to this block. I wonder what's in here. Just star bits. Again, that's actually kind of nice considering we do still need a few more star bits for Hungry Lumas. We have a big coin. That turns that platform into sling stars, allowing us to get over here. We are supposed to go to the left, but I actually want to go right first and see what's inside this warp pipe. And we have another music note challenge. This time it's playing a song from Super Mario World, if I'm not mistaken. Weirdly enough, because I don't have a ton of nostalgia for Mario World, I actually associate the song more with Fortune Street of all games. It is very catchy though. So that gives us a 1-up, let's carefully get this, and then long jump over to the coin, which, as usual, turns everything into star bits. So let's head back to the main path. We have these bubble launchers to help us up to these little yellow blocks that are moving up and down, but we can very easily jump directly to them without using the bubble launchers, which I actually prefer. It's a little bit faster and a little bit more efficient. We actually do need this one though. From here, we need to ground pound all 3 stumps on this very tiny planet while Cheep Cheeps are bouncing around, very annoyingly actually. I would actually like to get a coin. There we go. And that activates the next launcher. From here, we have to basically ground pound as the little balls are rolling around inside this planet to knock them towards the center, like so. This is actually tricky because of the electric wave going around this planet. And that gives us another star. You got a star! Bubble Blast Off, Deep Dark Galaxy. High score updated? You increased your star bit count. We now have a purple comet at the Deep Dark Galaxy. Our next mission is Plunder the Purple Coins. Wow, what's a ghost ship doing here? Scared? Don't worry, I'll protect you. If any ghosts come out, I'll send them running scared. Too bad I don't see any ghosts. No ghosts here, too bad you don't get to see me in action. I know that's probably a coincidence, but it's ironically a little bit of foreshadowing to something in a much later game, where Captain Toad is actually very helpful against ghosts. So we have 100 purple coins in the cavern with the ghost ship. I actually like this mission, but it's very easy to miss a couple coins. Like the ones back here, behind the starting area. This is actually kind of sneaky, how you actually have to dive down here to get the first few coins. By the way, I actually don't think I've mentioned this so far, or if I did, it was a while ago. But one really good thing to keep in mind is the L button actually recenters the camera. I'm pretty sure it's actually C on the Wii version. But either way, it's actually a very good thing to keep in mind. Because sometimes, as good as the automatic camera usually is, it can get a little bit turned around at times. It is actually kind of remarkable how good the camera is for the most part, considering that seems to be one of the biggest pitfalls with 3D games. Nope, I don't see any purple coins hidden in the dirt. Like in the Dusty Dune Galaxy, we can actually dive down into the dirt with a ground pound, so hypothetically, if they wanted to be really mean and fiendish, they could have put coins underground, but luckily they didn't. Again, it's one of those things where I feel like I wouldn't have even considered that if the Toad hadn't said that, but knowing that, it's actually very nice that we don't have to worry about that. Next up, I want to focus on the ghost ship itself. Hi there! Alright, so we have a ton of coins around the perimeter of the lake here. We also have some very fiendish coins over here along the side of the ship. I tend to actually forget these, so let's actually wait on those and get some of the ones on top of the ship first. I feel like this mission isn't hard, but it can take a while, especially if you leave certain coins behind without realizing it. I've definitely had times where I've basically gone like 98 coins, but I'm missing like the 2 by the cannons on the side. So yeah, it's best to be very thorough and diligent. This isn't difficult, there's not any enemies. The biggest risk is potentially drowning if you're getting overzealous with trying to find the coins. We also have 2 very sneaky coins under the mast here, so let's actually wall jump there. I feel like that's definitely a little bit easier as Luigi compared to when playing as Mario because of his better jump. Want to get those purple coins out there? Break out the long jump. So this is why I didn't worry about the coins in the water, since we have to basically jump into the water anyway at this point. Hopefully I got everything on top of the ship, so we are free to explore down below. yeah, first things first, while we're by the cannons, I do want to get these coins so I don't forget them. There are a couple of really sneaky ones along the bottom of the ship as well. One interesting trait is in the water. You can actually kind of draw purple coins in with a spin. We'll see a similar mechanic pretty soon, I'm pretty sure, but it's not something that comes up very often. I wonder if that actually would have made Beach Bowl a little bit easier since there were a couple coins underwater there. Yeah, this is definitely a more contained area compared to like Sea Slide. So this is not nearly as bad, but it kind of has a similar like energy where you basically have to comb this area, and it is very easy to miss coins, and you definitely don't want to because it definitely takes a while trying to find the ones you're missing. But again, this area is so much smaller than Sea Slide that at least if you miss something, it's not that big of a deal. I've got a level 1 Snorkel Toad certification. That is highly specific. So yeah, make sure to get the ones on the underside of the ship. I tend to miss these a lot too. So yeah, being very careful to pick up everything, so we don't have to make too many trips around just searching for the last few. Again, you can recenter the camera. I need to remind myself of that sometimes, because I tend to forget, actually. And we are actually set. The final 3 coins are right here. So, all that's left is to make our way back up to the ghost ship, climb up, and collect our prize. You got a star. Plunder the purple coins, Deep Dark Galaxy. You increased your starbit count. And we have one more main mission at the Deep Dark Galaxy. Next up is Guppy and the Underground Lake. That mean Guppy is down below, but I fear no fish. Guppy, huh? You don't scare me. I just spotted Guppy in the underground lake. Guppy in the underground lake. No, my meat! My roast is toast! That Guppy guy is scary. So it sounds like we'll have another rematch with Guppy. Again, the very oddly named Guppy when he is clearly not a Guppy. Please, you gotta run Guppy right out of here. Can do. So let's dive down to the bottom of this cavern and see what we can do. We have eels swimming around. I don't remember those before. And towards the bottom of the cavern, I can definitely see Guppy already by these little treasure chests over here. What? You again? You got to be kidding me. You want to run me out of this lake? You got to get through all 8 rings. Yet again, we have to complete a ring challenge with Guppy. This one's a little bit more tricky because it's not a linear path. and it's also a little bit easy to lose sight of where the next rings are. A couple rings are actually also in really awkward spots too. Again, remember you can recenter the camera, and also that the rings refill a little bit of your air meter. That's very good to keep in mind. I'm actually going to skip the dash ring so I don't lose control. We have a ring by this eel, that's number 3. I thought I missed it. That was too close. We have one more ring over here, and the final ring should be behind these. I'm actually going to circle around instead of trying to pass through this current. Alright, so our reward is another star. Now we just have to actually swim over to it. You got a star. Guppy and the Underground Lake, Deep Dark Galaxy. High score updated. You increased your starbit count. And we're finishing up the Deep Dark Galaxy with a Daredevil comet. This is the Ghost Ship Daredevil run. Starting out, we need to carefully make our way back up to the ghost ship. And we have a final rematch with Camilla. So, being a Daredevil Comet, we have to be a little bit more careful because we only have 1 health point. Luckily, this fight isn't too bad, so even with 1 hit point, it probably won't be too bad. The only real danger is dodging the fireballs on the mast of the ship, and also when the 2 other Magic Koopas show up. Beyond that, we just need to be a little bit careful, wait for a shell to appear, and deal damage. Like before, we need to climb up now. This is the scary part, actually making it to the platform in one piece, as all the fireballs are rolling around. Let's actually defeat one of the Magic Koopas there, to give us a little bit more room to maneuver. I was hoping to get both, actually. There we go, that makes things a lot less scary. But again, this is still a very small platform to have a bunch of fire rolling around, so we need to be very careful. But overall, this isn't actually that bad. Alright, so 1 more hit to go. Again, at this point, we just need 1 more shell, so let's be a little bit patient and careful and see if we can land this final hit. More Magic Koopas to contend with. So that's 1 down, and let's see if we can get the other. There we go, so now we have the platform to ourselves. And I missed. That's okay. I definitely threw the shell just a bit too late there. So let's wait for 1 more cycle here. It's not always like consistent, like she doesn't alternate. Like we had 2 fire spells in a row there. So there's a shell. That wasn't the cleanest fight I've ever had in terms of the star, but we got through it. You got a star! Ghost Ship Daredevil Run. Deep Dark Galaxy. Galaxy complete. You increased your starbit count. Now that we've cleared out this galaxy, let's move on to this one. The Dreadnought Galaxy. First up is Infiltrating the Dreadnought. So we're starting out with an absurd amount of lasers to dodge. I say as I immediately jump straight into one, but luckily there are coins up here, so that's not too big of a deal. Let's carefully make our way up here to the next launch star. And here we have to defeat all of the helmet enemies by spinning into them and then jumping. Alright, so now we're inside this area. The gravity is pointing downwards at the moment, so getting that item up there is not exactly feasible, even as Luigi. First of all, we have a block here with a bunch of star bits. I actually think we have enough to feed the remaining Hungry Lumas. I think we are set in that regard. Next up, we have a life up mushroom there. I think I'll actually skip it for now. We also have another one of these little arrow switches so we can hit. And now that the gravity is pointing this direction, we can climb up. This is actually a little bit scary because these will crush us, so we have to be very careful to time this properly, like so. From here, I say as I almost fall, from here we have cannons to dodge and more of these little crushy platforms, so let's carefully make our way over to the next lever. Now we have a spring. This is very intimidating. Trying to time that to avoid getting crushed and also avoid getting hit by the cannonballs. Well, yeah, let's carefully time this, and we have our exit. From here, we have bob-ombs and these little, like, Topman tribe enemies that we can bounce off of. Also, the area below us just sank, so let's very carefully make our way and quickly make our way up to the top of this area. Almost got bounced straight off the platform, which would have been very bad, but we made it. Now we can actually wall jump up there. We actually have to wait for the walls to come back, though. And wall jump to the top and ride these all the way to the launch star. So we have more lasers and a sling star. And the star is in sight, but we actually have no way to get over there. We actually need a bullet bill for this. There's a little cage over here, so let's defeat the enemy to get them out of the way, and then lure this bullet bill all the way around these little, like, walls. I actually kind of forgot where I was going for a moment. We actually had to bring it over there, so let's try this again. I also wasn't expecting the bullet bill to come back. This is actually a little bit dangerous, so I am actually going out of my way for another coin. Because, yeah, this is actually kind of a scary section to go through with, like, 1 hit point or 2 hit points. So let's try this again. So now the planet is submerged, meaning we can actually swim up to some of these ledges that were out of reach before. From here, we actually also have to use the electric platforms to make a way across. The star is right over there. We also have Mecha Koopas and obviously the lasers to deal with. So let's very carefully make our way across. I say as I almost instinctively jump off the ledge in order to avoid the laser. I'm also not going to worry about the 1-up. Let's just head straight to the star, which might be a little bit easier said than done with all of these lasers. You got a star, Infiltrating the Dreadnought, Dreadnought Galaxy. High score updated. You increased your starbit count. Alright, so we don't have any comets to worry about, so I guess we'll be continuing through the Dreadnought Galaxy next time. So, thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time for more Super Mario Galaxy.